and gentlemen, it's the one and only James Williams Dog Waters, and I'm back with another interview. Now, as you guys know, I keep up with current events and world events. I just so happen to be, and I'm not bragging, I just so happen to be the guy that told you guys 2.5 years ago that you're going to see massive inflation and massive food prices soaring and things going crazy. And everybody's like, oh, Dog Waters, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no, I do know what I'm talking. They're like, no, you don't know. And I'm like, no, I do know. And now we are here. So I'm at the point now where I think we're going to be in the future, which is, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to have to understand how to go out in the woods and get you some food. I'm sorry. We're looking at Great Depression 2.0. I'm seeing it all around me, and I'm getting ahead of it for my knowledge sake and for your knowledge sake, because y'all know I'm from New Orleans, I'm from the city. I can deal with people in the hood, I can deal with dope dealers, rapists, and murderers, but I don't know nothing about going in the woods and getting me a deer. So, who I have on me tonight is Aunt Bowden from Survive the Night YouTube channel, and he and I are going to laugh, joke, and talk about being outdoors, and then blend in some paranormal, creepy encounters. But I want you to understand, this is a lot more to do with you knowing and understanding what has to happen when you go outdoors. Because some people might find themselves in the woods for the first time and they don't know what to do. Like me. If I find myself in the woods now, I'm screwed, bro. You can put me on a boat, I can fish. If I'm in the woods, I'm screwed. Anyway, with that being said, Ant, how you doing today, brother? How life treating you?
I'm good, thank you, mate. That was a great intro. So good.
Bro, that's just how it is,
You've been
man.
practicing that.
I'm happy to have you on with me, man, and I want to talk about being outdoors, man. I'm going to tell you, Ant, when it comes to shooting, stabbing, punching, kicking, fighting, managing life in a city, I'm good to go. I'm serious. I'm good to go. I can go with the best of them. But when it comes to going outside,
I need to be with you then. I need to be with you in urban warfare. I need to be with you then, Dark.
I'm telling you, I can handle my business. But when it comes to going in the woods, man, I am what you would call a baby. I mean, I'm an idiot, an imbecile when it comes to going into the woods. How long have you been adventuring outdoors, and how did you get into doing that? Was it something you started as a kid?
No, not really. I've been into the outdoors and bushcraft, camping and things like that for about 5 years now. And it all started video gaming, believe it or not. So, yeah, I was...
Wait, hold on, stop. What video game you played that got you to go play outdoors? Was it something like Ark? For real, bro, you got to tell it.
Oh, there's plenty of games out there. So, have you heard of, oh my word, DayZ?
Yeah, Days In. Yeah, I've heard of that.
No, DayZ over there. You
Yeah.
guys pronounce it a little bit differently. Yeah, so DayZ, I was a massive gaming fan, playing that like 24/7. And in that, you got updates and things like that, where you'd be walking around and you were looking for food, and you'd dig up some worms and start eating worms. And then you needed a fire, so you start rubbing two sticks together and making a fire. And I thought, do you know what? Why am I actually playing a video game when I could be actually out learning it myself? So me and my son, my youngest son, Charlie, he was 9 at the time. We sat down and started. We came across a couple of YouTube channels actually that basically were wild camping. I don't know whether you guys over there don't tend to. You'll have heard of wild camping. So basically, you go out with a tent, and rather than go on a campsite, you will go out into the woods, coastlines, coastal areas, or whatever, and just camp. And that led to basically my son wanting to build his first camp, or base, he'd call it. So we started doing a little bit of base building, and then you look more into it, more YouTube channels appear, and you start hearing the word bushcrafting, which I'd never heard of before. 5 years ago, I didn't know what bushcrafting were, and that led to me meeting some fantastic people who have really taught me and my son the outdoor life that we do now. And in 5 years, we've we've literally come from budget camping, which we still do. We still do a lot of budget camping. A lot of my videos on my channel are to do with getting you guys out there and not spending a fortune, but still being able to experience life outdoors cheaply. So yeah, so we started that, and now I'm up to the point where we're doing not massive, not massive outdoor camps such as like days. The longest we've been out is 5 days, but we're doing canoe trips. We've raised last year we raised 15,000 for the Alzheimer's Society doing canoe bushcrafting 5 day adventures around Scotland, where we bushcraft our way through it. And then we've just come back last week from Scotland again, where we've raised up to now £4,000 for cancer research. And same again, bushcrafting our way around Scotland and into the North Atlantic. We actually took our canoes into the North Atlantic, which was amazing.
Wow. So you guys really are out there hardcore bushcrafting, running around in canoes. Man, I mean, that would,
Yeah.
if I was 10 years younger, 20 years younger, I would try it. For
Oh,
me at
mate, you
this
can still
age,
do it. You
no,
can
I
still
can't.
do it easy.
Nah, I don't. Bro, I don't have the patience, number one. I way too much to be out there trying to float in some damn canoe and balance
Hey, mate,
myself.
I tell you, I was 16 stone when I started all this, and you're certainly getting to shape pretty damn fast.
He said you get in shape pretty fast being out there in the woods, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're scrounging around looking for food,
You're starving half to death, digging up worms like
you lose your
Daisy.
weight fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you lose 100 pounds because you're starving. Oh my god, man, you funny. Oh god,
Oh man,
bro. I don't know, bro. I might give it outdoors a try. I'm nervous, man.
you've
I've
got
seen
to
a
do,
couple of
pal.
things, man. You know what's going to
Oh,
be the hard thing, bro? I've heard and seen and listened to people tell me their encounters of them being in the woods. And bro, I'm telling you, when I drive by City Park here in New Orleans, it's just a park where everybody goes, but they got a bunch of woods. I'm like, man, I wouldn't even spend the night in the woods in the city park after the stuff that I've talked to people about, man. It's horrific and terrifying. Let me ask you this question. So, is you, your son, you guys get off the video games, you guys head out into the woods, you meet some friends. How did you guys come across these people that were doing the bushcrafting? Were they other YouTubers? Were they just people who were a part of a club? How do you, if you wanted to get involved in something like that, how do you go about getting involved? Is there like a
well,
meetup group?
um, we've got a really close community around us, whereby we know a lot of people, and you get to meet them in short spaces of time as well. I got to meet the guy who taught me the most, which is Rick T Outdoor Adventure on YouTube, and believe it or not, Dark, he literally lives 20 25 minutes away from me. You wouldn't have a clue, and you would walk past these people in the street and you wouldn't know. But through the power of YouTube, um, it's brought so many people, you know, together in our community who are just fantastic, and the knowledge that they share, it's totally free. They give up the time. Rick has come down and showed me so much. He's the guy who got us into canoeing and bushcrafting, and I've learned all my knowledge from him, and he is just a ton of knowledge, mate. He really is. So if you can meet people like that on YouTube that are close to you, then go ahead. You will learn fast.
Yeah, I don't know. They got a bunch of hunters down here. I know I was talking to a guy who has a boar, a bull. I mean, not a boar, a hog hunting channel down here.
Right.
And I was like, man, I want to go hog hunting with you. And he was like, well, we got to go at. I go at like I think he said like 4:30 in the morning, and he was like, we gonna go to the area that he named was specifically an area that I know where they got some crazy stuff. He's like, yeah, we go there all the time. He's like, but sometimes you hear crazy stuff, but you just ignore it, and you trying to get them hogs. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know where you going, and you don't know what's there, and I'm not going. He was like, what do you mean? I said, I'm not even gonna tell you what those noises are that you're hearing. I'm just gonna let you keep going, and I'm not going. He was like, James, for real. I said, bro, I'm telling you, just keep hunting. If I need hog meat, I'm just gonna buy it off you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to.
Well, to be honest with you, would you not would you not camp there overnight and then start the hunt at 4:30? Would you
I'm
not? Would you
not
not do an
doing none of
overnight
that.
camp?
I ain't doing none of that. He can do whatever the hell he wants to. The only way I
Oh
would stay
man.
out there overnight is I could drive a truck and sleep in the truck, and then get out the truck at 4 o'clock in the morning and go. So I'm not.
Well, that's not. That's like car camping. Car camping is a big deal over here in the UK. People do a lot of car camping. So at least you're safe in there,
Yeah,
ish.
it's safe-ish. It's about as safe as you can get, man. About as safe as you can get. But the area that he's in, which is the crazy thing is, bro, it's New Orleans East, which is you got to cross over this canal, the industrial canal, which is where these ships go in and out. But the area is populated, but you'll be like 10 miles away from the main population of the city, off in the middle of nowhere. But within 10 miles, you can be in the city. But it's an area where they're known to have Bigfoot encounters, like
Yeah.
huge Bigfoots that hunt the hogs right there, that come out of the swamps and hunt the hogs. So it's like, nah, bruh, I'm not
Man,
doing it.
yeah.
I'm not doing it, my man. I'm not doing it.
So, so let me get this straight. You love all the cryptid and paranormal um, of this world, but would you not go and want to experience it yourself then?
Not again. I experienced it once, and that was enough. And I don't want to experience nothing like that again. To me, it just doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense, bro. Like for
No,
you, like
it's
I'm
fair
pretty.
enough. Yeah.
And you probably got balls of steel, dude. You out in the woods. You got to think about what the cloth the person has to be cut from to be out in the woods. See, to me, bushcrafting doesn't mean you have a tent. That means you went out there and you got a tent. And just to make sure I understand this right, you have a tent. You got it in your backpack. But your idea is you're going out there. You're going to build a structure for you to live in, right, or for you to spend a
Yeah.
night in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's
That's
crazy to me. I got the tent. See, bro. If we in the woods together, that's the first problem. Be like, yo, Aunt, why the hell are we building this shit when we got a tent in our backpack? Well, James, it's because we bushcrafting. Let's just use the
well.
tent.
No, you are right, but there'll come with your intro. Um, there could potentially come a time where things like tents and food are very scarce to come by. Daisy, it's all about Daisy, isn't it?
Daisy, bro.
But
You're right,
if you,
Daisy.
yeah, if say, and no offense to preppers or anything like this, I am not. I'm not a prepper, but I get where they're coming from. But for me, if you're say if you're stockpiling food and you're spreading it about, because a lot of them spread their food around, say the US, all over the US, and they have little apps on the phones or whatever. They'll mark it down on a map, on a paper map, the locations of food resources that they've dug a hole and popped them in, or wherever they've stored them. But there will come a time where that food has gone off, or they've ate it, they've ate it all. So what do you do then? You need to learn. You need to learn skills. That's my thing. Say if you had a pack, if you had a fire lighting kit, loads of lighters, gas, things like that, um, and that ran out, or something happened to that kit. How would you start a fire? What would you do, Di?
I don't know. I'd be screwed, bro. I'm telling you, I'd be
So,
screwed.
but you can't. I mean, there's things like ferrocerium rods, which have you heard of them? Ferrocerium
Yeah,
rods are
that's the
like,
little rods
yeah,
that you strike together. I've seen them before.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
you strike them and things like that, and they last for thousands and thousands of strikes. A lot better than a lighter would. But then you'll come to the point where that runs out. So what do you do then? So learning the bow drill, which is what's taken me about a year to well, I'm saying master. You'll never master anything in bushcraft. It's always a learning curve. Um, but it's took me a year to actually get an ember near enough every time. Um, so that is basic. Have you seen a bow drill in action at all? Or
Yeah, that's where you try and drill the freaking thing until it creates a spark, and then you put it in like a bundle so you can catch a
a bundle? Yeah,
flame.
yeah,
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 yeah, I've
yeah.
seen that. But
Perfect. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I've seen that for sure. That seems like that seems like that's a lot of work. I'm gonna tell you, honestly, if stuff hits the fan, I kind of made up in my mind. I'm going full warlord. Warlord. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm serious. I'm going full. Um, what was that movie? Tina Turner, Road Runner, the
Oh,
one with Tina Turner. What's
uh,
the name of the movie?
the Max you on about?
I'm going full Mad Max Warlord. Cause I'm not gonna survive in the woods, bro. I'm straight up. Hey, you got food? I'm killing you. I'm taking your food. Your family now. I'm killing your family. I'm taking your food. Cause I'm not gonna
Oh
survive in
my
the woods.
word!
I'm just gonna have to
Oh my
do it.
word!
And it'll just be vicious. It'll be like, oh my god, I'm hurt. I need help. Bang, 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 and just take everything. Blah, 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 blah. Because I'm not gonna survive in the woods, and there's no way. Like, think about it. Like, I don't. Is it swampy where you guys go, where you got alligators and
No, that's the thing. It's a whole different ball game over here. We are very. Oh, would I say lucky? I
yep,
don't know whether I would say lucky because for you guys that's natural, isn't it? You know,
yeah,
to go out into the woods. Um, okay, let me put it this way. So if you went for a walk with your family on a Sunday afternoon, say through the woods, would you be worried about birds and things like that? I
a
bet
bear.
you wouldn't do. Yeah, say or whatever's alligator. You've got alligators down there. Would you be worried as you're walking? Would you?
If I was
Would it
armed,
be in?
hell no. If I wouldn't, I would go armed. Then I would go. I would go for a walk in the woods armed with no problem. Now, if I don't have a weapon, hell yeah, I would be
Yeah.
worried about
See
walking around here.
that's it. That's the problem over here. We don't have anything like that. The worst thing that we have is foxes, badgers, and the occasional adder, which is a small snake, which will just bite you and leave a nasty mark. It won't kill you
Oh no,
unless you're
uh-uh.
really unlucky. But that's all we've got. So we don't really experience what you guys experience in the woods over here. So it is a whole different ball game over there. I can't blame you for not
Yeah,
wanting
it's
to go in the
Jurassic
woods
Park
over
down
there.
here in the swamp in the woods, man. For real,
Jurassic
it's big.
Park.
It's big snakes, big alligators. Man,
That's
it's
what I mean.
coyotes. Yeah, it's Jurassic Park around this bad boy.
Man, yeah, yeah. But no, over here we like I say, are we lucky? I don't know. I mean, I bet it's an experience to walk down and I mean, I've been over to the US, only to Florida, which is like what I call um, it's like the happy place, isn't it? It's like um, you know uh, Disneyland and things like that. But when you're actually walking down a street, which we were walking, I'm trying to think of the area that we were in. Um, it was a place where Walt Disney built. It was like his own little. Um, he was trying to build a town or a city, and he built this place, and it's got a 1950s cinema there. It's got some lovely shops and hotels, but right at the bottom there's a lake, and in that lake are alligators. So it says on the street signs as you're walking down there, be careful where you're walking, be careful where you're stepping. And it's surreal when you're from a place what nothing can hurt you apart from a dodgy dog or a nasty cat. Little cat, house cat.
A house cat, right? No, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this. When I go for my morning walks, because I've been trying to make sure I go for a walk and peel off some weight, I walk along the lakefront, right? And there's a bridge, the Causeway Bridge. You can walk under it. When you walk under the Causeway Bridge on this path, there's a sign that says, what's it, multiple signs? Large alligator in area. Then you go to another one that says large alligator in area. Do not run in straight line because
What?
alligators run like 30 miles an hour. So if an alligator
Yeah, they're
starts
fast.
chasing you, you better run right to left. You better zigzag, or the alligator gonna eat you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
my
people don't
word!
understand that. So, like, if you ever chased by an alligator, don't run straight because it's gonna run you down. You gotta
So a
run.
left and a right, a
Yep, run.
diagonal.
Yep, run on a
Right.
diagonal and cross back and forth because it can't move that way, and it's just gonna get tired of chasing you and stop doing what it's doing. But that's literally just to go for a morning walk. I mean, people are drinking iced coffee and walking, and you can walk up on an alligator, and there's
Well,
that's how it is, man.
that's it. So you guys are used to it though, aren't you? You know, you've got to be used to it, else you wouldn't go out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the people who go out and yeah, they're used to it. I'm not used to it because I don't go nowhere. I go fishing, but you know what I'm saying. I go on the boat, go fishing. I'll stand on the bridge and fish. I love fishing, but I won't. That's about it. All right, so let's
Oh,
get
wicked.
let's spin this because you and I just sitting here clowning, bro. Let's go to the next question. All right, so you and your son out in the woods. Any? Let's talk about some of the things you hear at night in the woods. Anything weird, and then how? Better yet, let me scratch that, erase that, forget that. Let me paint a picture for you. All right, it's me and you. We in one of the bushcraft shelters in the woods. You've
Yeah.
been out in the woods a lot. I'm not out in the woods at all. And we start hearing noises. And I'm like, Aunt, how do I know the stuff that I'm hearing is not a monster? How do you manage your mind when you're in the dark in the night? I'm serious. How do you manage your brain when you're out there like that? Like, because I know
well,
you hear stuff.
yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, I people would probably call me weird, but when I'm camping on my own, when I do my solo camps and things like that, I will literally be listening to paranormal podcasts like yourself.
Man, you bugging.
Yeah, I
You
love it.
tripping.
I love it. It's so good. But the thing is, say if I'm in my tent or whatever, you you feel I don't know what it is, but you feel secure. You feel as though you're in your home, but you don't realize that it's paper thin and anything can bust through and kill you.
Yeah, bro.
But you
That
feel safe, you feel comfortable, you know. So yeah, when we first started, when me and Charlie first went out, um, we found this perfect place. Probably around about 20 minutes in the car from our house. So we set up camp. We'd found it in the daytime and then went back the following week. So this was literally when I was starting out and I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So I found this perfect pitch. What I thought was a perfect pitch. Anyway, gets the tent up. We gets in there. We cooks our evening meal, and then as we're cooking it, it's going dusk. It's around about this time, June time, and we start hearing this like about what 200 yards from our tent door. So we're looking, can't see anything. I'm going to Charlie. It's a dog. It's definitely a dog, and he's going. Row, row. So it went on for about 45 minutes, and then finally I got up to actually have a proper look as to what it was, and it was literally two deer about 200 yards away looking at us and literally barking. They, I didn't know that deers barked, but they literally sound like dogs, and they were telling us
mm-mm.
off because we was literally me being a complete noob. I'd, I'd park my tent, put my tent on the game trail. So obviously this game trail, they use it every night, and they're wandering back and forward, and they can't come past because of our tent in the way. So they're barking and telling us off shift.
Wow. So y'all put the man. See,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
bro.
that's
Yeah, you
that's
was a
it.
noob for real, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, definitely. I didn't have a
that's
clue about game trails. Nothing.
yeah, dude. That would be even noobyish. That would be noob for me, bro. I'd be like, okay, this is the game trail. But see, this would be my thought process. Okay, this is a game trail. I don't want to be on the trail because anything that's hunting game is gonna come across this trail and run into me. But even you may
Yeah,
not have
there
no
you go.
bears and stuff like that. But I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna go north, south, east, or west of this trail, and I'll use this trail to figure out where I'm going and get
See,
out of
there
here.
you go. You say you don't know anything about bushcrafting and things like that and outdoor life. You do. You do, mate. That's
I don't
straight
know,
away. You know what I mean? Game trails, it's a no-no.
man. I
Great
can't
for
believe you
putting
did that.
your cameras up and having a look as to what's knocking about in the darker times of night. But yeah, you did all right there. Yeah.
I
Just
know.
don't
Well,
don't
don't
pitch
put
your
your
tent on a
on
game
on
trail.
the trail. Yeah, I got you. All right, so that's rule number one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pitch your tent on the game trail, and don't do it in Louisiana because you're probably going to get eaten by an alligator, or chewed on by coyotes, or ran over by hogs. Because there's hundreds of hogs, so yeah, and that's
Wow.
pretty dangerous. So yeah, all right, we got the first rule of this interview. We pulled something out between the two of us, just laughing and joking. All right, let's go on to the next question. So you told me the story about how the deer were barking at you guys. First of all, I would have been pooping in my pants because I'd be like, "That's some kind of werewolf barking." You'd be like, "Nah, it's some deers." All right, so we know it's deers. What other kind of things have you guys heard while you were out there that turned out to be not so bad, or may have turned out to be something weird?
Well, okay, so fast forward probably a year and a half. I went back to the same camp with two mates. Now, if we had Leon on here, he would be a perfect guest for you, mate, for the paranormal side. He lived in a haunted house for about 10 years plus, probably longer actually.
That means he's
Um,
crazy.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
stays in a haunted house for 10 years. He's crazy.
I tell you what, mate. He's got. I hope I can say it. Balls of steel. Um, he literally lived in this terrace, which is a two up, two down here in the UK. It's a small house. That's what I'm in now, a terrace. So it's got a front room, a kitchen, and two bedrooms, two up, two down. That's what we call it.
Okay.
So he lived in this house. It's just a quick story. I won't go into it because
We
you
got
might want
all
to
the
get him
time
on
in
the
the world. Go
show.
ahead.
He's absolutely fantastic, Leon. And yeah, they moved into that house the same time as we did, and things started pretty much happening straight away. So he'd moved in, and then about 6 weeks down the line, because of where his house was, we both worked at the same place, which was 5 minutes from his house. So we'd go down to his house for lunch. And this one dinner time, I'm sat under the stairs playing because he was a gamer as well, and I'm sat under the stairs playing this game. And he says, "Right, I'm just going to nip to the shop." So we gone out the front door. Now the front door, I don't know whether you guys have them here. There's it's like an alarm. So when you open it, it goes beep boop, lets you
Right.
know that somebody's coming the house.
Right. I got you.
So anyway, he goes out, so I know he's gone. There's nobody else in this house apart from me. And I'm sat there playing on this game, got my headphones on like now, and all I hears from so if I can describe it, I'm sat under the stairs, and then across from me is a door into the front room, and then he's got an open plan staircase. So basically, it's not blocked in; it's just stairs walking up to the upstairs
Yeah,
rooms.
that's real dangerous. I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it did have a little banister on it.
Oh, okay,
That'll come
got you.
into play another. Anyway, so I'm sat there playing on this game, and all I hear is the most deepest, guttural, horrible laugh that you could imagine. A real like that. You couldn't go. I can't. Nobody could go as deep as what I heard. So I literally stopped what I was doing. I'm Leon, nothing. Next minute, beep boop, he comes in through the front door, and I'm
Oh,
like,
hell
mate,
no.
what's going on? I've told him what I'd heard. So he said, yeah. He said, bear in mind, he'd only just really moved into this house. He said, yeah, we've been like kind of hearing things and things like that. Anyway, fast forward another 7 years plus, and we've been gaming all this time. We game every Friday night, and he just started this conversation about what was going on in his house, and basically from near enough that time, he got insomnia. He couldn't properly sleep through what was going on. He very rarely went upstairs to go to bed. So if he was the last one downstairs, say his wife and his kids had gone to bed, he wouldn't make the journey up the stairs because of what was going on the landing. On the landing on the way up, basically on the way up to the stairs. So he'd sleep in the front room.
That's crazy.
Um, but yeah, some horrific things went on in that house. Anyway, cut a long story short, um, they found out that no, get this. I don't understand this. The people who were in this house before him had their room, which was their front bedroom. Him and his wife had just that room exercised. None of the rest of the house was exercised. Just that room.
That's dumb.
Really dumb.
That's
What's
really
all that
dumb.
about? So nothing ever happened in the front bedroom. It all happened on the staircase in the back, in the other back bedroom, and then they had an attic room put up upstairs as well, and it happened in the attic room as well.
That's just stupid. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah, honey, let's exercise. Let's have someone that exercise the front room. And then I guess they use the bathroom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, it's really, really easy to hear the rest of it. All you need to do is go on over to iamdogwaters.com today and become a member. This particular guy, Ant Bowden, he and I hit it off, and actually him and the gentleman who he's talking about in this story who had the haunted house, they're going to be on with me Tuesday night. I think I'm going to stream that one live because I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun, because the way Ant and I got along was amazing, and if his friend is anything like him, it's just going to be a rock roaring good time. Head on over to iamdogwaters.com today and become a member.